The film begins with two customs officers present at the seaport, walking together and checking on the workers, asking them to be careful with the lighting and electricity. They arrive at a specific container and meet another officer who tells them that this container emits a very bad smell. The officers open the box and see it filled to the brim with human hair. One of them asks why this hair is imported. Another officer tells him that salon owners use it as hair extensions or wigs because girls these days want to lengthen their hair. While they talk, one officer receives a private call and steps away from his colleagues to speak comfortably. Suddenly, a dead girl's face appears from under the hair, and they all get scared and run, calling the police. At the same time, Yamazaki appears, a night guard working at the morgue. After his colleague leaves, Yamazaki starts opening the corpses and examining their hair because he cuts the hair of the corpses and sells it. He finds one with beautiful hair, smells it, and a tear falls from the corpse's eye. Yamazaki tells her, "We understand each other, you and I." We see all the other women's corpses looking at him as he cuts the hair from the girl. Then, a girl named Yuko appears, sleeping on a couch with her roommate named Yuki. Yuko wakes up from sleep and finds herself late for her job. She must leave immediately, says goodbye to Yuki, rides her bike, and goes to work. We learn that Yuko works at a women's salon, meets her colleagues at the salon, starts cleaning the place, and prepares it to receive customers. The manager informs them that the most important thing is to care for the customer's hair and finish the hair quickly because most customers are employees. Then, Yuko's older sister, Kiomi, appears, walking with her daughter named Mommy. Mommy asks her mother why she doesn't take her to school. Her mother tells her to walk quietly. At the morgue, the doctors start examining the corpse of the girl found in the container at the port. They open her stomach and find it full of hair and discover that all her organs were illegally stolen. Yamazaki takes the corpse to the morgue storage unit and finds hair growing from her mouth and eyes. He rejoices over the hair because it's a material he has been searching for a long time and notices that the corpse is crying. Then, Yuko returns to the apartment and asks Yuki how dinner is going. Yuki asks her to be quiet because the child Mommy, her sister's daughter, is sleeping. Yuki calls Kiomi, who is at a nightclub because she is late for her daughter. Kiomi asks her to take care of her daughter and apologizes because she will be late and will take her tomorrow to their home. Then, Yamazaki steals the corpse from the morgue and takes it to his house. We notice that Yamazaki is obsessed with women's hair and has different types of hair hanging in his house. He notices that the corpse's hair starts growing more than before. The next day, Yuko wakes up from sleep, wakes Mommy, and notices bruises on the girl's leg while adjusting her blanket. She wakes Mommy, who is scared and wants to go to her mother, runs from Yuko, and escapes far. Yuki catches her, sees bruises and old marks of beating on the girl's back, and understands that Kiomi is the one who beat Mommy and mistreats her. Mommy gets scared and stays away from them. The police, when they go to inspect the corpse that was at the port, don't find it in the morgue and investigate Yamazaki to know where the corpse is. He tells them it was stolen, and one of the officers gets angry, but his colleague calms him down. Then, Yuko gives Mommy a card with her number to call if she needs anything, and leaves her alone at home and goes to her job. At night, Kiomi goes to Yuko's apartment. Mommy opens the door and Kiomi hits her, enters, takes clothes from Yuko's belongings, takes something cold from the fridge, and sits on the couch. When Yuki returns home, she asks Kiomi what she is doing here. She says she is in her sister's house. Yuko arrives and kicks her out. When she tries to leave, she attempts to take her daughter with her, but Yuko and Yuki prevent her from taking her and argue with her. Kiomi insults Yuko and mocks her because of her miscarriage before. She continues insulting Mommy too, agrees to leave, but takes the clothes with her. Yuko takes the clothes from her and kicks her out. We return to Yamazaki, sitting watching the corpse's hair as it grows, happy and wanting it to grow forever. He cuts some of the hair and takes it to sell to a women's salon as extensions. The salon owner sees it and loves the hair because of its high quality, takes some for herself, and lengthens her hair with it. A customer admires the beauty of the extensions. While working with a customer, the attached hair suddenly enters her ear, and she starts seeing memories of the murdered girl who owns the hair. She sees the people stealing organs, taking the girl, drugging her, and shaving her head. The hairdresser can't control herself, suffers from the memories she sees, and suddenly stabs a customer in the ear with scissors, killing her. Then, the corpse's hair starts growing faster, and Yamazaki celebrates, happy with the treasure he found because he will get rich from selling the extensions. He watches the news, and a reporter talks about the hairdresser who killed a customer and then committed suicide. He understands afterward that the corpse in his house is responsible for the deaths and tells her she is great when she gets angry, strangely happy about it. Then, we see Mommy watching Yuko as she practices hairdressing on a wig at home, admiring her. The next day at work, Mommy tries to imitate her aunt and cut her wig's hair, but ruins it, cries while cutting it, and completely destroys it. She tries to get another wig, but the entire shelf falls. Mommy leaves the house to go to her aunt at the salon. On her way in the street, Yamazaki, who is filming women's hair with a camera, notices Mommy's beautiful hair, follows her, introduces himself to her, and takes her to her aunt at the salon. He says she was lost, gets impressed when he sees Yuko's hair, keeps praising it, and Yuko thanks him. He leaves them, and the salon manager gives Yuko a 2-hour break to take Mommy home and return. They take a taxi, and Mommy is scared. The taxi driver advises Yuko that a mother shouldn't hit her daughter. When they get out of the taxi, we find Yamazaki watching them, learning where the house is. Yuko enters the house and finds all the displayed wigs fallen on the floor, and Mommy is crying. She asks her not to hit her. Yuko asks her never to leave the house, and if she feels hungry, to find food in the fridge, then leaves her and returns to work. We return to Yamazaki, playing the videos he recorded of Mommy and Yuko happy and dancing. He prepares a collection of hair strands from the corpse, puts them in a bird cage, and leaves the house. He goes to the salon where Yuko works, offers him free extensions, and the salon owner and workers are happy because it's high-quality hair. He keeps praising Yuko's hair, impressed by it, and promises to bring them more hair in the quantity they need. Each girl takes a strand of hair home with her. After Yamazaki leaves, the manager tells Yuko she must organize her personal life to become a famous hairdresser. One of the salon workers starts attaching extensions before going home. Then, Yuko returns home and finds Mommy has tidied the entire house alone. She thanks Mommy and starts teaching her to be free and not fear anyone. She gives her a new t-shirt she bought for her, and they start bonding and becoming closer than before. The girl who attached the extensions while sleeping at her house, the hair starts attacking her. She runs quickly to the bathroom, finds the hair growing from her eyes and coming out of a wound in her finger, gets scared, and suddenly the hair grows on her tongue and comes out of her eyes again in large quantities. She starts seeing memories of the girl who owns the hair, suffering at the hands of organ thieves. She tries to escape, but the hair ties her to the ceiling, hits her to the ground again, moves inside her, comes out of her body and eyes, and spreads in large quantities, filling the house. At the same time, the corpse's hair spreads and fills Yamazaki's house, and he sits amidst the hair happy. The next day, Yuko goes to work and leaves Mommy alone at home. Her mother, Kiomi, arrives, but Mommy refuses to open for her. Kiomi keeps apologizing and pleading until she makes her open. As soon as she enters, she hits her, starts acting violently, rummages through Yuko's things, breaks things in the house, takes clothes and items from Yuko's belongings, and takes Mommy by force to her house, where Mommy's mother's husband is. Since he doesn't like her, he makes Kiomi lock her in a closet. She starts going through the things she stole from Yuko's house, including a strand of Yamazaki's hair she took from Yuko's place. Suddenly, the hair strand sticks to the husband's hand, starts attacking them, cuts everything in the house like knives, and kills them. Mommy quickly escapes in the closet and jumps from a window before the hair attacks her, falling in the street. Yuko rushes to the hospital, and the nurse tells her that Mommy's injury is minor. The officers are there and show Yuko her sister's body. They enter Mommy's room, and she tells them that a hair monster attacked her mother and killed her. The officers believe the corpse that was at the port and disappeared is the cause. Yamazaki is at his house, celebrating the hair's growth, which has become better quality than before. At the same time, hair-related incidents increase in the city. Then, Yuko starts teaching Mommy to cut hair. Mommy asks Yuko what made her love the haircutting job. She tells her she used to go with her mother to the salon and watch her turn into a beautiful woman every time they visited, until she loved the hairdressing profession. We return to the police officers, who discover that all the hair responsible for the killings has the same DNA, matching the hair found at the port. Then, Yuko takes Mommy and Yuki with her to the salon and decides to practice on Mommy's hair. She asks Yuki to record her on video because she will start a training workshop and compete with her colleagues in 60 minutes. After 20 minutes, Yuko starts attaching extensions to Mommy from Yamazaki's hair, but the police officers interrupt them and ask to speak with the manager. She has to stop the workshop. Mommy goes with Yuki, and the police start investigating them about the hair extensions they have. They tell them that one of the customers who had extensions died. Yuko feels worried because she used the extensions on Mommy. The officers learn that the person selling the hair is named Yamazaki. Yuki quickly runs home to check on Mommy. Yuki is helping Mommy learn to cut hair, using extensions and attaching them to the wig in front of her. Then, Yuki sits to eat, and a message comes from the fax machine. Hair starts coming out of the fax, the air conditioner, and everywhere in the house. Yuko notices a large amount of hair spreading in the room, moves Mommy to another room, but the hair follows them and attacks them, and both faint. Yuko arrives, opens the house door, finds a lot of hair blocking the door, and enters with difficulty. She finds Yuki dead and Mommy unconscious, tries to free Mommy from the hair holding her, but the hair attacks her and she faints too, on the verge of killing them both. Yamazaki arrives, orders the hair to leave them, and takes Yuko and Mommy in his car on the way to his house. At the same time, the officers arrive at Yamazaki's house, see it filled with hair, and find a missing corpse there. The hair starts attacking them. Yamazaki enters the house, finds the officers tied up by the hair and unable to move. He laughs at them, mocks them for insulting him when he worked at the morgue, starts beating one of the officers until he kills him, and mocks the officer for dying easily. He walks amidst the hair and tells the officer he didn't do anything wrong, because cutting hair isn't a crime. Although her hair is beautiful, Yuko and Mommy's hair is much more beautiful. He tells the officer that the corpse of the girl who owns the hair suffered a lot, had her eyes and organs stolen, and has a right to be angry and express her anger using her hair. The officer begs Yamazaki to let him go, but he takes a strand of hair, strangles the officer, and kills him. Then, Yamazaki shows the girls the hair has started growing on his tongue and offers him to live with him amidst the hair. Yuko attacks him, fights with him, and hits him in the neck with a broken glass bottle. Hair comes out of his neck instead of blood, and the wound heals itself again. He continues attacking Yuko. Mommy goes toward him, screams in his face, and he rushes at her, grabs the scissors, and cuts her hair. Blood flows from Mommy's hair, flooding the scissors. Yamazaki mocks the bloody hair. The corpse sits up, sees Yamazaki as one of the villains who tortured her, and he smiles. Hair starts coming out of Yamazaki's entire body, yet he is happy and wants to grab Yuko and Mommy, but the hair prevents him from reaching them. Yuko and Mommy escape, and the hair cuts Yamazaki's body and kills him. Then, the hair starts disappearing, and the corpse sleeps in peace because she feels she has finally avenged all that happened to her, returning to a normal girl. Yuko and Mommy leave there, sit by the seaside, and Mommy asks Yuko if this experience made her hate working with hair again. Yuko tells her, on the contrary, this experience will make her stronger. Yuko asks Mommy to live with her, and Mommy agrees to live with her forever, happily. Here, the film ends. We meet with new recap, and thanks for watching.